Вітаю, друзі! Брифінг присвячений викриттю.
Greetings, friends. The briefing is devoted to exposing cynical lies and propaganda of the aggressor state. Dozens of Ukrainians were killed as a result of shelling in Zaporizhzhia. Traditionally, using false rhetoric, Russian propagandists lay responsibility for these attacks on Ukraine. At the same time, they themselves do not notice how they expose themselves in their own lies. Before there was a message about the dead in Zaporizhzhia, the representative of the occupation administration, Gauleiter Rogov, reported that the Russian troops are firing at Zaporizhzhia. I quote literally his Telegram channel. This morning, a series of explosions are heard in the regional center, which is temporarily under the control of the Zelensky regime. My countrymen have already recorded about 24 explosions. Strikes are inflicted, as they say, on military objects and objects of civil infrastructure. Details on the blows will be later. And just an hour after this message of Volodymyr Rogov, a representative of the occupation administration, we received information about the dead and wounded as a result of this cynical attack of the Russian state. This example once again proves that Russia uses typical tactics. The so-called false flag operation, that is, when Russia itself commits a crime and then accuses Ukraine of this crime. So it was in Bucha, so was in Kramatorsk during the strike at the railway station, so it was in Chaplino, so it was in the Mariupol drama theater. Nothing changes, only the number of victims is increasing. Another political fake is the referendums held in the occupied territories by the occupation administrations, as a result of which they announced the annexation of Ukrainian land, drawing the results of more than 90%. The referendum itself was profanation, and from the first to the last minute. This is indicated even by video footage published by the Russian propaganda itself, in particular the Russian state news agency RIA Novosti. On video it is visible that this so-called referendum takes place directly in the market, among the shopping malls, interspersed between the sale of shampoos, detergents and clothes, right on the trunks of cars without any voting booths that would even formally adhere to the rule of secrecy of voting. The sham referendum is a fiction and is made with one purpose, for the purpose of annexation of Ukrainian lands. At the same time, in order to create at least the appearance of the legality of these events, Russia attracted a certain number of people with foreign passports in order to declare them so-called international observers. The Russian state propagandist Kots, known for the fake about the Wagner PMC, he published a list of states that were presented as if they were observers. On his Telegram channel, he calls them Kazakhstan, Ecuador, Syria, Myanmar, Cameroon, Sri Lanka and Bar. What is Bar is unknown. A state with this name does not exist. Perhaps the Russian propaganda is already so confused or simply invents this state in order to create the illusion of the presence of observers at its sham referendum. Finally, I traditionally recall the use of typical Nazi technology, the use of children in propaganda of war. Russian Telegram channels show the so-called Patriot boy, who escorted mobilized soldiers to the war on the territory of Ukraine. The use of children by the Nazis is repeated by the Russian state, as it was, for example, with the so-called boy Alyosha, who met tanks that from Belgorod were heading towards Ukraine. Nothing has changed in these decades that have passed after the overthrow of Nazism, and Russism will also be overthrown. My traditional call is not to trust the Russian propagandists, but to trust the Ukrainian military and political leadership, exclusively the Ukrainian teleson and the Ukrainian mass media. See you.